Sam, we're down here at the Mockingbird Cinema where we're about to watch a rerun of the, all I can say is Epic War with, how do you pronounce his surname, the French kid?
I couldn't tell you, pal. I couldn't tell you.
Juicy?
I know his first name's Bilel, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, what a fight, mate.
Yeah, it was a heavy night's work.
Did you plan that?
No, never plan it. I mean, just so you go back to what you know, don't you? I suppose, you know. And
you enjoy those fights, though, don't you?
No, look, I don't plan for them, but it's not something that I shy away from either. I mean, it's something that comes natural, I suppose. I was saying to John, like, in the ring, it didn't feel a harder fight than any of the others, really.
Well, what was John saying to you in the corner?
I mean, he was telling me to do the complete opposite, yeah, but the complete opposite to what I was doing. Whatever I was doing, John was saying the complete opposite. But I think look, it is what it is. I mean, I go back to what I know a lot of the time. So maybe sometimes I shouldn't. Sometimes it won't.
Yeah, but I think you proved it in the fight previously against Molina when you won the title. We know you can box.
Yeah.
Oh, we know you can fight really, really well, as you proved on that night. But you can actually box, and you can box really well. I think you proved it against Cheeseman. You know, the first 6 rounds, you went to war a little bit with him, and he was moving a lot, and you then you decided to drop your hand, and you actually outboxed him comfortably in those last 6 rounds. And going into the last round, I felt if you would have won that round, which you did, you would have won the fight. But then when we got the scorecards, we found out that was actually not the case, and you probably needed 2 or 3 knockdowns.
Yeah, and that time, I'm not even going over that shit again. But yeah, look, it was a good fight last time out. I've done what I probably shouldn't have. I probably could have boxed, but again, people say you should have boxed the fight, but it was stuck to me like Velcro. I could have tried to box it, wouldn't have worked out. I needed to get some respect off him, I suppose. And I think I did, in certain ways. But again, he wanted to fight as much as me.
Well, that was what was nice about it. I'd been watching the fight on the same night on the BT show, and one of the bouts, it was just shocking because the first port of call for defence was to grab hold and hold, so his opponent couldn't do anything. I think I watched it again this morning, and in the whole of 12 rounds, I don't think there was one clinch. I don't think the referee had to do any work. He never had to split you apart, did he?
Nah, he doesn't need nice work, the ref. It was just a good fight. I mean, like people always say, styles make fights. Some styles have a dreadful fight. Between the pair of us, it just worked out.
It was a judge one, but no, there was legitimate points where I know at some point, if you're hurt, you need a second or 2 for your head to clear, or just to recover that a little bit. And there was a point, was it the 5th or 6th round when he caught you in the eye, and he did it, and his fist almost sunk into your eye. And it was the first time I actually ever seen you wince.
Yeah, he went further in the eye than anything in the eye itself.
Disappeared a little bit, didn't it, on your side of your face?
Yeah, it kind of went in my eye. Yeah, and I kind of winced. And everyone's seen that I've gone wild for it.
But that was a perfect time for someone,
to hold.
A normal man, to just hold for a second.
Yeah. Again, you go back to what you know. My defence is offence. So as soon as I felt,
best form of defence.
Yeah. So as soon as I felt like I needed, a bit of space, first thing I done was throw hands, and it's what it is. Like I say, I can't.
Have you watched it back yourself?
I've watched it back once. No, I watched it back once.
Did you watch it through your fingers like I was watching it through most of the fight?
Nah, do you know what it is? Like I say, I mean, it was a good fight. When I was in there, it didn't feel like a harder fight than any others.
Yeah.
It felt like, but it's not until you watch it back and you can see, how much work we were both doing.
I think Barry Jones said the best thing. I think he said it's one of those fights you love to watch but would hate to be involved in. But you seem to love being involved in there.
Yeah, look, again, I don't look for it, but if it's there, then
you don't go hiding.
I don't mind it. Yeah, it's you revert back to what you know, and I'm most comfortable, in that situation. So sometimes it's my downfall, but a lot of the times, it works out for the best.
Well, what's next for you then? Because this was a great opportunity when you not the last fight, but the fight when you won the belt against Molina. You picked this up at middleweight, but even your last fight, you only weighed in 11 stone 4.
Yeah,
so it's like middleweight where you're going to look for, to go back up to world level.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, like I say, even the Molina
Get
fight.
that on there, by the way.
Even the Molina fight was, we asked him for it to be at light middle. He didn't want it at light middle. He wanted it at middle. Luckily enough, the bout was there. So, we kind of took the opportunity while it was there. It worked out. But I think being realistic, if I want to do anything at world level, I really need to go back down to super welter. But saying that,
27 though, you're only really just coming to your prime. It seems like you've been around forever. I mean,
I have.
What was it? About 9 years now as a pro.
Yeah.
So
10 years, yeah.
I presume Channel 5 must love you now.
Well, they ain't paying me enough. I know that.
So. I don't think anyone could pay you enough for that last fight, mate, no matter what.
But, look, I don't know. I enjoy what I do. That's why I've been here so long. It's working out at the moment. Like you say, I'm just coming into my prime. I feel that I'm coming to. I can feel it. When I'm in the gym, when I'm fighting.
We've seen so many different sides. Like I was saying before, you're not just a fighter. You can really box really well, as you proved. Like I said, the last 6 rounds against Cheeseman, it was beautiful. It really was good. There was a little bit of fighting, but a lot of boxing there. You showed good movement, good feet, a beautiful jab. Okay, you revert back to, as you say, what you know really well in this fight. But Molina, you showed that you can. You made what could have been a hard fight a very easy fight. So going forward. Going forward, what is? Are we going to see where you mix it all up together? And
again, you
don't know.
I don't know. It depends what comes. Like I say, everyone, you get ready for a certain person. But like I've done, I've changed it up. Certain fights, you changed it. So you could watch a person last 3 fights, and when they fight you, they could try something completely different. So. Depends what they bring to what.
But that's what I'm saying. Now, do you feel that you've got all the tools now? That if you get in a fight and it's not going your way, you can change. You can adapt now. Where at one point, I remember when you first stepped up to the big stage. I know you beat Glenn Thorpe, but you first came to my attention. I think it was back in 2015. You beat Shane Singleton, and I think Shane was probably a big favourite on that night.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And then it's been non-stop. But even in your defeats, sometimes have been strange. Against the African kid Hassan. That was mental. But was that the time when you realised that making that weight was you should perhaps have done it?
Again, there was. Certain fights have certain reasons. Everyone's got an excuse. I never make an excuse for any fight. The fact is, if you've got an excuse, you shouldn't get in the ring. So once you've stepped in the ring, that excuse is null and void. Do you know what I mean? If you knew that before the fight, your excuse is null and void after the fight because you get in there. So I don't make any excuse for any fight. Of course, there's certain reasons you lose fights, certain reasons that you don't perform as good in the fight you win. But again, as soon as you step in that ring, it's only your choice. So any excuse you have before that fight.
But do you think those losses that you've had have been those good learning lessons? There's 2 of them that are in prize fights, so they're not counted, they're not real fights. And obviously it was an injured eye against Liam. That's why I was worried, because I was thinking, when he caught you with that shot, did that not bring back any memories from the?
Again, people. It is what it is. Boxing. Your eyes blow. My eyes are pretty bad for it. I have to catch a jab, and my eyes close for a week. So it is what it is. It's boxing. You can't get in the shower without getting wet. There's not many times I've got out of the ring without both eyes, being closed shut for a week. So it's a regular thing. But again, I'm trying to stop it. Like you say, I'm boxing a bit more. I'm trying to move the head a bit more, and just avoid a few more haymakers. So it's working out at the moment.
All I can say is thank you for giving me. You put a smile back on my face after watching a few fights where, like you say, holding seems to be the first line of defence. That wasn't the case, and it never has been with you, and I presume it never will be. No. So I wish you good luck with whatever's next, and we can go back in there and watch this.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Sam, take care, mate. Thank
Thanks
you.
a lot.
For all boxing info, news and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also Twitter, Instagram and Facebook.